Wildlife Fund has shown that global animal populations have declined by 69%. 69%. It can be hard to connect emotionally with statistics, but we've all witnessed different facets of this. Think for a minute about what lies behind the numbers in your lived experience. Stranded fish from a filled-in pond in Boulderton, being carried in buckets by despairing children. Hedgerows decapitated, leaving no cover for nesting birds. Previously reliable nursing ponds for newts now dry up in 3 out of 4 years before the tadpoles have had a chance. The often quoted windscreen test, in which we viscerally see the decline of insects, noticeable by their absence. Groups like the local Toad Patrol, who will soon be helping these amphibians out of drains and over curbstones, out of gutters, each year noting the numbers and how they compare with years gone by. We see it all around us and we know it in our bones. Things have changed and we're in a climate and nature crisis. And all of the natural world, with so much complexity and capacity to heal, to keep us safe, to persist, so much resilience is compromised. But many of us remain disconnected, distracted, in the grind to make ends meet in tough times. And when we're separate from nature, seemingly separate from the consequences of our actions and inactions, as well as from each other, we're reduced and we suffer because of it. And it becomes difficult to see that nature is more than just a niche interest, another consumer choice, another option in a fast-paced world. We lose sight of the wonder, the rainforest of life in a spade depth of soil. We lose sight of how natural systems have allowed our civilizations to grow and thrive, a finely balanced planetary life support system. And what of the government? And what of the plan? When are the cavalry coming over the hill? Well, in 2022, the government's plan to tackle the climate emergency was declared unlawful in the High Court. We face deregulation at every turn. The Office for Environmental Protection said last week that the progress on the delivery of the 25-year plan has fallen far short of what is needed. We've seen new oil and gas licensed, a new coal mine in Cumbria. We've seen manifesto commitments reneged on, and the infamous flip-flopping over fracking. And now this bill. This bill, the EU retained legislation bill that threatens more than 1,000 laws that protect the environment, on water quality, wild spaces, that regulate pollution, that protects our rights at work, to holiday pay, maternity and paternity leave, to health and safety protections. And yet we are reassured with vague promises that this bill will actually improve things, and by the very same people who promised there'd be no border in the Irish Sea. The same people who are bringing us those new oil and gas fields, the coal mine, and the 372,000 plus raw sewage discharges in 2021. Trust us is what they say. Trust us, we are taking back control. But exactly who has control, and where is it leading? And on what basis do we trust, when the trust has been stretched and beaten out of shape so badly over the last years? Make no mistake, this bill is profoundly undemocratic, taking all of those laws away from close parliamentary scrutiny to be decided at breakneck pace in shadowy offices. With this in mind, I urge Robert Jenrick to genuinely put the interests of his constituents first and vote against this bill. Stand for and stand with the people of Newark and say no, because things are changing. And this gives me hope. Things are changing for many of us. There is a new feeling in the air, an antidote to the separation, a coming together of community, and communities call for change. Today's rally sees groups of ordinary people with similar hopes and fears unite to demand an alternative to the onslaught against nature that we've seen accelerate over the last decade, and this gives me hope. More and more it seems that we're fighting on different fronts of the same campaign. Balderton Lake, Lillian Stone, our campaign, our current campaign for cleaner rivers. All of these local issues are examples of what is happening nationally. All necessary because we lack a meaningful, joined up, proportionate plan to tackle the climate and nature emergency. A plan that brings together the local and the national. And I suppose those who seek to delay change, to deny, to thwart action, those who profit from extraction, commodification and destruction are happy when we're separate, but then we are small. But today's action, and actions like this, are not so easily dismissed. Extinction Rebellion and other NGOs are realising this. We badly need the numbers. We need to join together where there is common ground. We know time is short, and the time for change is now. To this end, Extinction Rebellion have a plan to take 100,000 people to Parliament on the 21st of April to demand a fair society and an end to the fossil fuel economy. A real movement of movements, with conversations happening with many other groups who no longer rule out protest. XR's recent change in direction is very much a part of this movement building. XR Newark want our town to play a part in taking the demands for an end to the fossil fuel economy to London on the 21st of April. We already have 20 people signed up and are taking a 53-seater coach, which we're going to fill. It's our sincere wish that other people here today will also want to be there to demand the change we need and a livable future. And will speak to us, follow us on social media, or sign up to our mailing list to hear more so they can play a part. Thank you, everyone.